Imagine building such a powerful energy drink brand that it becomes synonymous with extreme sports and adventure, all by being worth over $30 billion. This is the story of Red Bull. From a simple energy drink to one of the world's most iconic brands, Red Bull has mastered the art of creating experiences, not just selling a product. But how did they do it? How did a simple drink transform into one of the world's most recognizable brands? In this video, I will break down Red Bull's branding strategy and show you the key lessons that you can apply to your own business. Red Bull wasn't the first energy drink to hit the market, but it was the first to create a brand around an experience. Their story begins in 1987 when Dietrich Mateschitz, an Austrian entrepreneur, discovered a little-known energy drink called Krating Daeng while traveling in Thailand. The drink that was developed by Shalao Yuthiwa was popular among Thai truck drivers who needed an energy boost for their long, exhausting hours on the road. Mateschitz immediately saw its potential but knew that it needed to be tweaked a little bit to appeal to a Western audience. The original product was sweet and tasted quite different from the energy drinks that you know today. Mateschitz worked closely with Yuthiwa to modify the formula and adapt the branding. They also decided to rename it to Red Bull, inspired by the drink's core ingredient, taurine, and the idea of strength and power. In 1987, Red Bull was officially launched in Austria, Mateschitz's home country. Why Austria? Well, Austria was a strategic choice. It was a place where the concept of an energy drink had not yet been introduced, making it the perfect market for a disruptive product. And Austria also has a central location in Europe, which made it a gateway to the rest of the continent. From the start, the founders wanted Red Bull to be more than just a beverage. While many energy companies were already on the market globally, they all focused on selling the product itself. Red Bull understood that the real product they were selling was the feeling of energy, excitement, and adventure. By aligning themselves with extreme sports, Red Bull didn't just market a drink, they marketed a lifestyle. From rally car racing to skydiving, Red Bull wasn't just sponsoring events, they created events like the Red Bull Cliff Driving World Series, the Red Bull Air Race, and the iconic Red Bull Stratos Space Jump. Through these high-stakes, adrenaline-pumping experiences, Red Bull became the symbol of pushing limits. But Red Bull's genius didn't stop there. They became media moguls. Rather than relying on traditional TV ads, they focused on creating their own media. In the early 90s, Red Bull started producing content around the extreme sports that they were sponsoring, capturing the adrenaline-filled moments and turning them into epic storytelling opportunities. In 2007, they launched Red Bull Media House, a media arm that produced films, documentaries, and digital content. By owning their media, they could control how their story was told, ensuring that it aligned perfectly with their brand identity. On top of that, they could also distribute their content across whatever platform they wanted, including TV, YouTube, and social media, while also bypassing traditional advertising channels. And the content they produce is the least about simple advertisement. They tell stories of incredible human feats, which is inspirational, engaging, and shareable. This unique media approach has helped turn Red Bull into a global content powerhouse, keeping them at the forefront of the list of most influential brands in the world. Another cornerstone of Red Bull's strategy is its long-term relationships with its athletes, creators, and influencers. Instead of quick sponsorships, Red Bull truly invests in its athletes, helping them build their careers. They provide training, platforms, and even financial support for their daring stunts. And this investment goes beyond just promoting a product. It's about creating ambassadors who truly embody the brand. Over the years, Red Bull has signed athletes from a variety of extreme sports, from skateboarding to BMX biking. And by developing close relationships with these athletes, Red Bull has solidified itself as the brand of extreme sports, giving them a unique position in the market. And Red Bull also extends its investments to owning sports teams. They own Formula One teams like Red Bull Racing and AlphaTauri, and football clubs like RB Leipzig in Germany and RB Salzburg in Austria, and even an esports team called Team BDS. These teams are not just about branding, they are part of Red Bull's strategy to create a community and own the entire sports experience, from athletes to events, making their brand an integral part of the global sports landscape. And by the way, sports is just like media, it's all about reach. By tapping into extreme sports and the passionate communities surrounding them, Red Bull has built a brand that stands for energy, adventure, and pushing the limits. When you see a can of Red Bull, you instantly recognize these values, creating a strong association between the product and the lifestyle that it promotes. At its core, Red Bull is not just about selling a drink, it's about selling membership to an exclusive tribe of adrenaline junkies, thrill seekers, and innovators. This is where their marketing truly excels, by fostering a sense of community. Through their sponsorship of extreme events and the creation of their own, Red Bull brings people together, allowing them to feel like they are part of something bigger. The brand has also created numerous platforms to help its community engage and connect. From pop-up events and live streaming of extreme sports to a podcast series where creators and entrepreneurs share their journeys, Red Bull provided its followers with constant opportunities to interact, build relationships, and share their passion for adventure. So, what can we learn from Red Bull's marketing strategy? Here are 5 key takeaways. Create an experience, not just a product. Red Bull sells more than just an energy drink, it sells a lifestyle of energy, adventure, and pushing limits. By associating with extreme sports, they create an experience that people want to be part of, making the product a symbol of this adrenaline-filled lifestyle. Invest in long-term relationships. Red Bull builds lasting relationships with athletes and influencers, helping them grow and succeed. This long-term approach creates trust and loyalty, making their endorsements feel authentic and deeply aligned with the brand. Tap into communities. By creating, owning, and sponsoring sports events, Red Bull fosters a community of thrill seekers and innovators. Their brand is not just about a product, it's about belonging to a global tribe that shares values of adventure and pushing boundaries. Leverage exclusivity. Red Bull maintains a premium brand by avoiding discounts and focusing on high-quality experiences. They create demand through exclusive events, limited edition products, and premium content, making their brand feel rare and special. Own your media. Red Bull doesn't just sponsor events, they create stories around human achievement and daring feats. By owning events like Red Bull Stratus and using them to tell compelling stories, they engage their audience without traditional advertising, making the brand feel unforgettable. You've probably known this before my video as well. Red Bull is more than just a drink, it's a global movement. Through strategic branding, content creation, and authentic partnerships, Red Bull has positioned itself as the go-to brand for energy, excitement, and extreme sports. Their journey proves that success is not just about what you sell, it's about how you sell it. If you can create a brand that resonates emotionally with your audience and builds a community around it, the results can be life-changing in terms of the billions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most iconic brands. And I'll see you in the next one.